Project setup. Before we start, we need to make sure that you understand frame rates. Frame rate is how many still frames are captured per second to create a video. Films and TV shows are projected at 25, 24, or 30 frames per second. And if you're wondering 24, 25, what do I shoot? It really depends on your region. For example, I'm in the UK, which is a PAL region, and PAL usually shoots 25 frames, 50 frames, 100 frames. If you're in the US, for example, that's a NTSC region, which is 24 frames, 60 frames, 120 frames. Also, did you know that when you upload your video to Instagram, it gets automatically compressed to 30 frames per second? What? This is so that the video can be viewed all around the world, regardless of the region. Now, the reason I always shoot at 50 frames is so that I can divide my speed by 2 when I'm editing on a 25 per second timeline. So for example, we see this clip here at full speed, and I'm editing at a 25 frames per second timeline. And if I reduce the speed by 50%, we can see that it's nicely smooth. However, if I reduce the speed further to like 25%, so a quarter of the speed, it gets all choppy. This, no bueno. However, a mistake that I see a lot of people do with their projects is they set up the project to be the same FPS as the video. So say for example, in this case, I make the project 50 FPS. Now, if I want to reduce the speed of my video by 2, if I go 1 frame, it's frozen. Next frame it moves. 1 frame it's frozen. Next frame it's moved. It gets all choppy. This, no bueno. So to make things simple, if you're in the USA or an NTSC region, always edit your videos at 24 FPS. That way you can shoot your videos at 60 FPS, 100 FPS, and allow yourself to slow it down. If you're in the UK, 25 FPS. And if you want to make your life much easier, not think about it, just edit at 30 FPS and shoot at whatever you want, especially if you're moving around different places. And also, if you're wondering, what if I export at 60 FPS, 50 FPS to get that smooth looking look? You can. It looks a little bit hyper realistic. It is a taste, but Instagram converts it to 30 FPS anyway. Anyways, now that you understand this, when you want to set up your project on Premiere Pro, you want to go down here to create new item sequence, or do file new sequence, go to digital SLR 1080p, choose a frame rate, 24, 25, 30. If you're editing for Instagram, TikTok, etc., I would just set the frame size to 1080 horizontal by 1920 vertical. You can't upload 4K videos to Instagram, and if you do, they'll get highly compressed. Keep it at 1080p, even if you shoot at 4K. Leave everything else the same, change the name, click OK, and now we're done.